What's up, everybody? This is Steven Palomino from my Java 1 Week 1 app review. I'm just going to go step through the rubric real quick and show you what I've done as far as code and app goes. So the first thing, I just want to show that the requirement for the minimum SDK here and the target SDK I put there. Also the name I did put up here in the java.java file, and my private repo. I did quite a few commits there, so everything is set up as far as all that goes. The first thing, I'm going to just go ahead and run through the app and reference these as after I go through everything. Let me just go ahead and restart the emulator to get a fresh run. Okay, so the first thing, if I add and nothing's there, the field cannot be empty, toast shows. If I just add something, it says entry saved toast, and as well as the entries, number of entries, and average length updates. If I put something a little longer, it'll, kind of still take the average and everything updates. If I try to duplicate something, it'll clear the field and then tell you no duplicates not permitted. And lastly, if you click on a field, how are you pops up, which is what's in that index for the array. So just to step through the rubric here, the application is structured efficiently with proper methods and constructs. I did put all of my excuse me, all my public variables here at the beginning, probably just like most people. And I do have a few custom methods that I'll talk about in a little bit here. The next thing is application accepts user input for text entry using proper views and input methods. So that is what I just showed, that everything does come through when you enter something and everything gets saved. Next thing, application UI displays accurate information and remains up to date. It does, once you add something, everything gets updated, so there's no weird lagging or no offset or anything. Enter data stored in a collection that accepts single value elements. Only unique entries are stored in the collection. So as you saw, you can't duplicate anything. Text input field resets after data is added to collection. As you saw, when you add, everything gets reset and shows appropriately. As well as the alert, when you click it, everything's there. So that's it for the rubric. I'm going to go ahead and step through the code here real quick. As I said, all my public variables are here. The onCreate, I'm creating the list view and setting the adapter. Next thing is the onList item. This is what gets called whenever you click on a list. I did make my own method here that'll call the show alert. Just kind of save space there by trying to just condense it a little bit to make it easier to reuse. So it'll get the position of the array and display whatever's in there for that index. The next thing would be the add on click method, and that's called whenever you click the add. So the first thing it checks for is to see if the field is blank. If it is, it'll tell you the field cannot be empty, and that toast. So the next thing it checks for is if the array already contains what's in the edit field. So it'll make sure there's no duplicates. If there is no duplicates, it'll go ahead and add it to the array and notify the adapter that there's data change. It hides the keyboard, gets the number of entries in the array, and that's when it sets the number of entries. And then I call the custom method here to calculate the average. So this is how I calculate the average. Just set the size in the beginning and then step through each of the items. Then set the size again and divide it by the amount or the count of the array. And then I set the text in the average length. So that's pretty much it for week 1. Everything was kind of challenging to find some of the answers, but some of the tutorials on Fussel were helpful, so that was good. But anyway, again, my name is Steven Palomino. This has been my Java 1 Week 1 app review. Thanks for watching.